Hello everyone! Are you ready for another Pandaily review? My name is Nora and I'm here today to talk about the Mi 9. Xiaomi just keeps spitting out these new phones. There's the Mix series, the Redmi series, and we're just trying to keep up here. But the Mi 9, let's get right into it. The Mi 9 has a 6.39-inch AMOLED water drop notch display. The chin is only 3.6 millimeters and it has a screen-to-body ratio of 90.7%. The back has this holographic color that reflects different lights. I think it looks pretty cool. It's made out of glass and is fully curved all the way around, which feels really smooth, but it also makes it really slippery, so you might want to use a protective case. But then, what's the point of the holographic design? So the thing that actually bothered me the most about this phone is the protruding camera module. It protrudes way more than other phones I've seen, and I know that might not sound like a huge deal, but just wait. How annoying is that? I mean, that is with the protective case on. Something that's new with the Mi 9 is the button here on the left, which is dedicated to the virtual assistant. Users in China can use Xiaomi's own Xiao assistant, but in the global markets, Google Assistant is default. You can customize it and get quick access to frequently used apps or double click to talk to the assistant if you have a question or just feel lonely. Unlike the Mi 8, the Mi 9 now added an in-screen fingerprint sensor. So each time you lift your phone, the fingerprint sensor will illuminate by default, letting you know where you should place your finger. In terms of opening speed, we thought we'd compare it to the OnePlus 6T McLaren edition, which is like Formula 1 fast. As you can see, there was no major difference. Sometimes the Mi 9 was faster, sometimes the 6T was faster, but overall it was pretty much the same. Also, Mi 9's fingerprint animation looks a lot less cool than the 6T's. The hardware design of smartphones these days have reached like a really high level, so I think it's time to focus more on like the built-in applications and functions. In the review of the Redmi Note 7, I was truly impressed by its camera performance, and Redmi is even like a budget brand, and this is a flagship, so I have high hopes. It has Sony's most advanced camera sensor so far, and the main camera has 48 megapixels. When using HDR and AI filters, the saturation of the Mi 8 is higher than that of the Mi 9, and the Mi 9 has kind of like a yellow tint to it. After zooming in, you can see that the contrast of the Mi 8 photos is higher. At the edge of the tree, we can also clearly see that the Mi 9 is a little bit blurry, and in the shaded part of this picture, you can also see that the Mi 8 uses more contrast. But now in this photo, the Mi 9 uses more contrast. The shadows are darker and the color is like slightly more realistic than that in the Mi 8 photo. I also think the Redmi Note 7 Pro and the Mi 9 look more similar in terms of coloring and contrast, don't you think? It's probably because they both use the Sony IMX586 sensor. So what about night photography? The photos on the side seem to have better exposure, and the photo on the far right is more detailed. And after zooming in, we can see that the two pictures on the left are more noisy than the one on the right. But still, I think the right one is sharper. Do you know what I mean? So from left to right, that was the Redmi Note 7 Pro, the Mi 9, and the iPhone X. The cameras really show their true colors in dim light settings. And even though it's good, I still think Xiaomi can improve. Another thing I noticed is that the Mi 8 and the Mi 9 are a little bit slow to react when you're zooming in. See? It takes a second for the camera to catch on. For comparison, here's the iPhone X. Yup. In terms of video, compared to the last generation, the Mi 9 can film in both 4K and 1080p with 60 frames per second modes. And on top of that, it has a 960 frames per second super slow motion mode, but it's limited to 10 seconds. So if you want to like catch a certain moment, you have to be ready with the camera. If you remember from the Redmi Note 7 Pro review, I mentioned that its anti-shake effect disappeared when filming in 4K, but I did not have the same problem with the Mi 9. See? Still stable. I've also noticed something about the design of the speaker. Can you see how wide it is? Look at the Redmi Note 7 and the iPhone for comparison. Isn't it so wide? The problem with it is that it makes the sound travel a lot further than I'm comfortable with when on the phone. Like, even if I turn the volume down, it's still loud, loud, loud. Yeah, it kind of does that.
Who was that? Gabby? You let's tell her to watch it.
As for battery, the Mi 9 comes equipped with a 3,300 milliamp battery, which is slightly lower in capacity to the Mi 8, which had 3,400 milliamps. But to make up for it, the new phone comes with 27 watts fast charger and supports the Xiaomi 20 watts wireless charger. If you're not sure what that is, it basically just means that it's super fast. If you're interested in getting the Mi 9, prices start at $509 for the 6GB and 64GB model, and $566 for the 6GB and 128GB version. So that's it for this review. Overall, I have to say I'm impressed with this phone. If it only wasn't for the protruding camera module, well, thank you all for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And for more China-related tech content, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you guys next time.